Well, good afternoon, everybody. Doug Jenkins with the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. We are live from our latest ribbon cutting, Devenir Coaching Services with Nichole Coleman. Thanks for having us out today.
Thank you guys so much. This was really exciting.
This was, I've been looking forward to this one for a while. When you told me you were looking to get into a new venture, obviously you're still with Veteran Services, but you have a side project that you've been really starting to put together and now seeing it come to fruition here in the first 6 months. It's really exciting. Tell us about what kind of the kernel that got this whole rolling, this whole job running.
Yeah, so about a year ago, I found out that what I have been offering to veterans in a one-on-one type setting is life coaching. And I didn't know that there was, official training you could go through for that. I just had started doing it kind of by nature for me. And so I found out about this training. There's a program that offers trauma-informed life coaching, trauma-informed health and wellness coaching. And so I reached out to that organization, did the training, really just thinking, okay, this will improve my skills to better serve the veterans. And when I started thinking about, the people I engage with at church, the people I engage with in the recovery community, the people I engage with just in the community in general, we used to sit on front porches with our grandparents, our aunts and uncles. We used to sit at the dinner table with our family. And that's where we would be able to bounce challenges off of people we respected and trusted. And that doesn't happen as much anymore. And so what I found is there are a lot of people who don't have a safe and trusted place where they can talk about life challenges. So like if you're going through a major transition, say you just got married to someone who now you have a blended family.
Right.
There's some things you have to figure out how to communicate about different parenting styles and just lots of different things. Or say you just retired and, for the last 40 years, you've been busy doing these things. And now you kind of have this identity crisis or a loss of purpose.
Right.
And so that's another thing that I can help people with. So a lot of times people say, what is the difference between what you do and counseling or mental health services? And that actually has a lot to do with why I wanted to start offering this service to also the non-veteran community. I recognize in communicating with mental health professionals that there's this big gap where there's not enough mental health professionals to meet all of the need. And a lot of times they just need someone who can help them recognize that they need mental health professionals. And then once they've completed that clinical support that they need, that, the medicine, the therapy, those types of things, then a lot of times they're concerned to kind of take the step away from that person because now they've come to rely on that person.
Right.
And so that's where, as a health and wellness coach, I really can meet with these people and help them maybe recognize that they need a mental health professional, pass them off to the professional. And then when they've completed that and they're a little worried about stepping away, I can step back in to help them transition to life without either of us. So I don't really have a goal to meet with people for the rest of their life. It is, what is the transition that you're in the middle of? Or maybe you just feel stuck and you don't know why. I use a SAMHSA model to help people understand the whole person and what in your whole person feels unhealthy. Is it physical? Is it spiritual? Is it mental? Just really, is it relational? Is it occupational? So helping people understand where they don't feel whole and then helping them find some tools to feel complete and find joy again.
So not necessarily therapy, but therapeutic in nature.
Correct.
Really.
Yeah.
I just thought of that off the top
that
of my
was
head.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you. Feel free to use that one.
Okay. Thanks.
But is that intermediate step between? It feels like a new approach to it. Is that something we haven't seen a lot of that, especially in the area?
I think I haven't heard of it in this area. I don't think that it's new. Like if you look worldwide or nationwide, I don't think that it's new. The person who started the school that I went to is a counselor. And she's a psychologist. And part of why she started this educational opportunity is because she recognized the need for people to have someone to walk alongside them as they're going into and coming out of counseling. And in my own personal experience, I know that it took people in my life, because I was fortunate enough to have a family that I sat on the front porch with or sat at a dinner table with, that I had people to help me recognize when I needed counseling. And then I had people to help me feel safe when I no longer needed the counseling. So when I heard her provide a presentation about, the school, that what she teaches people and what her hope was as people graduate, I was like, I can buy into that, because that's what I believe wholeheartedly.
This feels like the perfect time to have a service like this, because attitudes towards mental health and just sitting down and talking things out have really changed over the last 5 to 10 years at this point, to where I don't know that you have to sell it quite as much as you used to. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it does feel like there's been a change in that place.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. And I also think that there are a lot of people who might feel like they need a mental health professional, but they don't have any clinical needs. So if there's not a clinical diagnosed condition, they might not need to take that seat from someone who really needs that clinical support. And that's where, I work closely with the clinical providers to say, I'm going to send this person to you, and by all means, if they need your services, keep them and refer them back to me when they're done. Just because things are more out in the open, like you said, than they used to be. So people are talking about it more, which sometimes then leaves people feeling like, I need something, but I'm not sure what it is. So I can help them think through that.
It almost feels like the difference between urgent care and the emergency room.
Exactly.
Where you don't necessarily need to go to the emergency room if maybe you just twisted your ankle or something like that. I don't know how to template that towards mental health, but that's the analogy we'll go with there. Nichole, if somebody would like to sit down with you and talk a little bit more about maybe what they're going through, they just want to learn a little bit more about the services that you offer, what's the best way to get in touch?
Yeah, they can go to my website, which is devenirme.com. Devenir means to become. So I ask people, what do they want to become? And devenirme.com. So I can connect with them that way, or they can follow me on Facebook.
I like it. I'm really excited for you. I know you've been looking forward to getting this venture up and running, so we're happy to be here as part of it. Thank you for having us out today, and thank you for all you do for the community.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. For Nichole, I'm having trouble talking today. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I'm picking up on it. For Nichole Coleman, we're just going to wrap it up there. I'm Doug Jenkins from the Chamber of Commerce. We'll see you next time.